Alright, in this module we're going to have a look at how to add images to your Life page or to a wiki page. If you've already watched the lesson on adding text, then this one will be just a little bit easier because it's very similar. Maybe one or two buttons that you have to access that you didn't access in that lesson. But let's have a look at getting through Life and through your wiki and adding some images. All right, Life, we'll start with that one. It's very much the same as the text. So the first thing I need to do is from my page at the top here, mine says admin, yours might say something else, I can't remember. But you're looking for the edit page button. That will give you this big yellow banner which says that you've checked it out. Now I need to go to add stuff. And I'm going to add a content cell. And remember, it has added it. We can't see it. It's you've got to click back this link to go back to the page. It says it's been added. When you click that, it takes you back, and you can see my content cell has been added there. You can actually move these content cells too. I think on this page I've got it set up so that they're wide like that, but I think from memory I thought I had maybe set that up so that you could do, there we go, half size ones as well. So you can have a bit of a play with that. When you, I'm sure that when you move these, it only moves it on your view for your login. So you can have a play with that and not affect anyone else. So I click on where it says content, and I'm going to put my name in there and maybe images. Press OK, or I can just press enter. All right, now I've got to edit this content cell. And I look for these little green button here, this one here, click that, and it'll bring up the editor. So here's my editor, and as before, we can enter text here, but we can also put images. So looking at the top of this toolbar, I scroll across and I'm looking for this button here. Now if I hover, it tells me well, kind of what it does. It's insert a special link. What you're really doing is you're going to be inserting an image, and it'll ask you where you want to get that from. So let's have a look. I click that button, and where would I like to insert it from? I'm going to pick my computer. So on that, what you would have to have already done is saved the image that you want to put up on the Life page. You would have had to save that on your computer somewhere. So in My Documents or on a stick or on the desktop even. So make sure you've got the image saved to your computer first. I click my computer, and you might get a slightly different look here. I'm using a Mac. On a PC it might look different. Again, remember, if you're doing this, don't try and do it on your iPad. It is possible, but it's extremely difficult. Better to do it on a computer. So I'm just going to use the standard upload. I'm looking for something along the lines of choose file, and I can go along here and I can sort of have a look at what images I might have. I've got a folder here called images. Here's a little, what about this one, little iPad. Press choose, or in your case it might be, select, or whatever the equivalent of go for it is. You can see the name of the file there, and I'm going to press upload. There's a couple of other files there I've had a play with. Now this bit here, you can see the name of the file I just added. It's called iPad. Now this one is going to add it as a link, so it'll actually click to somewhere else. This one will add it just as it'll create like a default thumbnail. Not very useful, that one. This one's the one we want. Add directly into content. So it's the one that has a plus and then the page with it. But if you hover over it, it says add directly into content. I click that, and then it'll bring it up. It might look super huge depending on the file that you've got, but just ignore that. You can set the width here, but basically we just want to press insert image. Now you can see it is quite large, so if I was to, if that is too large for you, then there are a couple of things you can do. First of all, you can, down the bottom here, see if I can get it to, can't seem to move that folder there. There we go. So I'm just trying to see. Yeah, actually, you know what? That is kind of hard to do. So I'm going to delete that out and just have a look at this again. I'm pressing the insert link. Because I've already put it in, I think I can press this resource. Yes. Right, so have a look at this again. I'm going to press directly into content, and this time I'm going to choose a width because it's way too big, a little bit hard to manage. So it's easier to go from smaller to bigger, but because that was so big I couldn't grab the corners to pull it down. So something around about 200 to 500 pixels will do it. So if I enter in 500 and press insert image, you can see that's a lot easier there. And now you can see that when I click on that, I've got this information down the bottom here, and I could change that to say 300 and press enter, and it resizes it accordingly. So I guess I made a mistake there, but it's a good example of how you can just sort of solve that problem by deleting it, try again, make it a smaller object. Alright, so once that's in there, I scroll down to the bottom and I press Save Content. That has now taken my image and put it onto my content cell with the text that I also typed in. The last step is save and publish changes. Click that, and now on everybody's life page, when they go to this particular page, they will see exactly what I'm seeing here, and that is published. Okay, so now let's have a look at how you do that on a wiki. Again, here's our practice wiki page. I start by clicking edit, and that will bring up an editor. Now down here next to my name, I'm going to press file. So I clicked where I wanted the image to go, and then I press file. Now there are a number of images already on here, but I'm going to show you about putting a new one on. So I press upload files. Again, I get a little Explorer window here. In your case it'll be Explorer, and I can go and find any of my pictures that I would like, and I press choose or yes, and it's now uploading that image to the wiki. So once that stops spinning, I will know that it's ready to go. I'll also get a little bit of a thumbnail just off to the side here. There we go. And now I just simply click on that link there, and it has inserted me into that editor. Again, I can click that image and I get a number of options here, including size, minus. You kind of got to chase it a bit, it tends to move on you, but I can make that as small or as big as I like. I can also make it centered, that kind of thing. Alright, so that's how you add the image into the editor. All I do is press save. And there we go, that has now been updated, and everybody who goes to this page will see this image here. Alright, that's how you do it. Good luck.